How do con artists think? I can tell you this, they definitely don't think like you and me. Well, that might not be entirely accurate. I definitely try to think like a con artist by learning not just their methods, but the strategies they use to fool people, to fraud people, or to manipulate and deceive in incredibly difficult to detect ways. See, a con artist looks at a normal situation, but from a very different angle to the rest of us. Count Victor Lustig, over 100 years ago, sold the Eiffel Tower, not once, but 5 times. The first time he sold it was to a scrap metal merchant. You see, the Eiffel Tower was not a permanent installation. It was supposed to be torn down. So Lustig created this fantasy that the Parisian government, the local government, was trying to find someone who could help scrap it. And that would mean millions and millions for whoever had the rights to all of that metal. So he found a scrap metal merchant. He made a deal with him in order to ensure that he would win the bid. And then he skipped town. He left. Of course, the scrap metal merchant realized he'd been conned. But he didn't go to the police. Count Lustig, our con artist, figured this out and came right back to Paris. This time he found 4 merchants, and he gave each one of them the same story, each thinking that they were bribing their way into a surefire bid. He took money from each of them, and then he skipped town again. Playing marks off of one another is a really clever strategy that really good con artists know how to do. There's a rumor, for example, that when the Mona Lisa was temporarily stolen and recovered quite quickly, during that period when it was missing, it was sold several times. In fact, it may have been sold to people who received the painting. All of them fakes. All of them believing that the fake is now hanging in the Louvre. Now that, of course, is a rumor, but it's a really good rumor, and it's also a really good scam. Scams like this are really powerful ways to take money from people because a con artist is looking for one piece of information. And if they know that piece of information, they can take everything you have. What is it? A con artist only needs to know what you want. If I know what you want, I can take everything that you have. In fact, it used to be said that you can't cheat an honest man, but trust me, that's complete bullshit. Honest people are scammed all the time. So con artists just need to know how far you will go for something that you really want. And they play the game very, very well.